Hi clean freaks and germaphobes. I'm going to compare the black and white steam cleaners today. I have the Black Widow, is what I call it, the McCulloch MC1375 on this side, and the iPod looking Dupray Neat on this side. If you're here, you're probably already familiar with the amazing cleaning power of a steam cleaner. And at the end, I'm gonna give my opinion on which one of these you should buy, and you can see if you agree or not. Some steam cleaner reviews don't ever tell you which one they think that you should get, but I'm opinionated and I have been steam cleaning for years, even a steam cleaning addict, so I'm gonna weigh in here at the end. So make sure that you stay so you can get my take. Steam cleaners are the best non-toxic all-purpose cleaning machines because they kill germs, bacteria, and microorganisms like mold and dust mites. They're perfect for low or no chemical cleaning, so if you have allergies or sensitivities to smell, you're not gonna have to worry. Best of all, it gets your home to a new level of clean. There's nothing quite like it. I love mine. I don't use it daily, but when I do, I clean deeper, and there are some jobs that nothing else can do as well as a steam cleaner can. Today, I wanna compare these two very popular steam cleaner brands. But before we get into it, if you love to get things super clean and do it in a fast, more easy, fun way, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you get notified when we have new videos. First, we're gonna start with the two unique features of the McCulloch steam cleaner that I really like. First, they have this dial right here, which is called the variable steam control. You can control how much steam to use. I always have it on full steam. And then it has this pressure gauge that tells you how hot it is. This doesn't have any gauges. The only way that you can tell that you're running out of steam is it'll sound different and you'll notice that you don't have the pressure. And that means it's time to refill. Now on both of these, so there's the big wheels. Works really well actually. On this machine, it does have wheels. Can go in all directions. See that it has these wheels. These rotate in the front. These don't. Now accessories. This is subjective because what people call accessories from one brand, it's different than what they call accessories from the other. But the Dupray Neat, they say have 18 accessories and the McCulloch has 20. So I use my accessories a lot, and they both have roughly the same type and number of accessories. However, I think the McCulloch calls things accessories that I really wouldn't. Like I don't consider this canister an accessory, or the one fragrance disc you get with the Dupray Neat an accessory either. They both have the essentials though. However, the McCulloch doesn't have any bonnets to fit over the triangle tool, and I wish that it did, are like a microfiber cloth that absorb water and prevent scratching. I use them on the triangle tool. They both have a floor mop, mop pads, brushes, scrapers, and more. They're just a little bit different sizes and different types. I prefer the scraper on the McCulloch. It's much larger, and I like the triangle brush that converts into a rectangle. I also like the larger mop head on the McCulloch. However, I like that you can put a microfiber cloth on the Dupray Neat mop head. So this is the Dupray Neat mop head, and it's just a rectangle. It has these pads. You can buy extra ones. They have even off-brand ones, but you can also remove this and clamp on a microfiber cloth. I always like Mr. Sega cloths. I always link to those in the video description because they're soft, they're durable, they work really great, and they're not too expensive. But basically the idea is you can clamp these on at the end, stretch it over here, and I should be able to clamp on here, but this mop tool is not so sturdy and it broke completely off. So that is the bad thing. I have the Dupray Tosca, and it's a much bigger and better quality. I've used it for a long time, it didn't break. So I'm just gonna have to use these pads. Okay, on this one, the McCulloch, it doesn't have any clamps to it at all. It's a much bigger head, look at this. And it's just gonna cover a lot more area. As far as how tall they are very similar, but it looks like the McCulloch may be just a little bit longer. Now, one other difference is this head does not swivel all ways, just like that. So the McCulloch version goes back and forth and side to side, so it just maneuvers a little bit easier. Okay guys, I am going to do a little test on this grout in my bathroom with the Dupray Neat first. And I'm going to just slip on this tool. It's this one with a nylon head. And then awesome. I can see how very dirty this is. It's hard to get with a light, but what I'm gonna do next is use the mop tool to mop up the dirty water. And I'm gonna do the other side with the McCulloch Steam Cleaner and see how they compare. Okay guys, I'm just gonna mop up the mess I made. Now to get the McCulloch out. Okay, now I'm gonna switch out for the mop. I can already tell that there's lots more water on the McCulloch side. Like it shoots out so much more water. But let's see how they do. Now that we've got that all mopped up, we're gonna let the grout dry and see how they compare. I have mopped each side, so this side is the Dupray Tosca, and this side over here is the McCulloch. The thing is, the McCulloch is definitely spraying out way more water than the Dupray Neat did, but when we let this dry, it's kind of hard to see. Oh, look how shiny the floors are though. Man, that's awesome. Okay, let's look at the grout. And here is the side I did with the Dupray. So right here, right there, there, just this side. And then there's the other side. That line, I'm like, did I miss it? Or is that just that bad? This side over here is good, but like, I mean, that and that looks darker, up there looks darker. So overall, when I'm looking at this, I say the Dupray wins. It's not super scientific, but I think that the lines, you know, like look how light they are, right there, there. See, there's some spot I missed there. All right, so we're gonna talk about the things these guys have in common. They both have the steel brushes. These are like the ones for the Dupray Neat. I might have some of my Tosca ones mixed in here, guys. They're actually compatible on both. But these are just like small knobs that fit right on here. And then these actually are curved and they fit right on here. So there you go. The ones on the McCulloch are a little bigger. I find both of them to be pretty similar in quality. Okay, so this is a big difference that I didn't go over earlier, but this is a squeegee tool so that you can do windows, you can do your shower glass doors, and it's pretty nice. It has this edge, you know, to squeegee off. Okay, we're gonna do the squeegee tool. And it's super shiny clean. Let's see that. The McCulloch has this scraping tool, and it has this like place right here where the steam comes out. The Dupray Neat does not have a scraper. Let's move on to the triangle tools. So here they are. They are different, but very similar in size. The McCulloch's a little smaller. The bristles are a little shorter. Actually, this one feels a lot more stiff. Now, if you go up a model to the Dupray Tosca, they have a clamp and the triangle tool is a lot bigger, so you can actually clamp on a microfiber cloth. But this comes with a bonnet. And again, I wish that this had some sort of a bonnet or a way to clamp a microfiber cloth over it, but it's still a really nice tool, and I like that you can change the shapes so easily. Now let's talk a little bit more about the design. When you put water into these, they can get pretty heavy to carry, so having a handle is a must. Both of these have handles, but they're pretty different. So this one is built right into the top, and it's very sturdy. This handle is a retractable handle, so you can keep this design where it's just a cube, and it pops up. Now, the problem is, I've had this for a while, and sometimes my handle gets a little bit stuck. As for storage, the McCulloch has this accessory bag that comes with it, and it has a cord that will wrap around the top, and it has this cradle that holds the hose in place that I like. On the Dupray Neat, I actually just got my own bag to put my accessories in. It does not have anything that holds the hose in place, and the cord is stored underneath. What about the boiler? This is really important because it's where the water heats up and it's stored, and it gets to over 200 degrees. It doesn't say what the boiler is made of for the McCulloch, but I did ask on the website that I linked to in the video description, and the answer was that it's made of copper. The Dupray Neat, on the other hand, boiler is made of aluminum. In their higher end models, Dupray uses steel. Now for the steam temperature. Here's where I found the biggest, most important detail, because there is a big difference between these two steam cleaners. Water needs to be heated to 175 degrees for it to effectively sanitize, and both of these clear that hurdle easily. But the McCulloch heats to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and the Dupray Neat gets 290 degrees. So the Dupray gets up to 78 degrees hotter. And when I cleaned with it, I noticed that difference. Because of that, the McCulloch was more watery starting out and throughout cleaning. The McCulloch didn't cut through the grease and build up on the stove as well as Dupray would either. Unscrew this yellow cap. So this is a couple years old. This is my friend's, and she just, goes like this and pours out all the water when she's done. Or if you're close to being done, like you're almost out of steam, you can just click and let all the steam out so that basically there's not water sitting in here. So I have distilled water, and it comes with this great cup. This will hold 6 cups or 48 ounces. So we need 3 of these full to fill up the whole tank. And I know it's totally empty, so I'm gonna do that. This one fills up really easily. So that's what it looks like. And then it has they call this a funnel, and I think it's a little bit hard to fill up. So I usually fill it up at the sink, because I actually do have water in there and it looks kind of gross. See, I think distilled water would help. I've had this for about a year. See the white chunks and stuff in there? This is the mineral buildup, this stuff. So it's not hard. It's not like, they look like little rocks or something, but if I touch them, they'll just dissolve. But that's why now I'm always going to drain it of all the water before I put it away. Okay, see that? It bubbles down, but sometimes, oops. Okay, when it gets too full, then it gets hard to drain. And I always have to put my finger in there and try to get it to go down. This will hold 54 ounces, which is almost 7 cups of water. Okay, you guys, I'm actually in the bathroom now, and I'm just going to add the brush of tap and then mop the floor. It squirts out a ton of water when you first start it if it's been a while. I feel really weird sitting on the toilet here. Hey guys, I do not go inside the toilet because I don't want to get sprayed, okay? But I can get in all the little spots that are hard to get to in the toilet and on the edge. Now that I've sprayed it all down, I've got to wipe it. I should be wearing gloves, you guys. Okay guys, now I'm gonna snap this off and I'm gonna put on the floor tool, because here's the thing. In the bathroom you've got dry pee you cannot see, and this is gonna get it off and it's not gonna stink anymore, and you're not gonna use any chemicals. Okay, you guys can't see all this dirty water. That's probably good, because it's kind of embarrassing how bad it is. All right guys, I don't know if you can see how shiny clean this is and how my grout looks great now. So much better. So incredibly clean.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters.
After cleaning with both, I'm gonna say that they both get about an hour of cleaning time. And remember, that's subjective because you're not cleaning constantly. Usually you're, wiping and, going from room to room. And so you're not gonna have it constantly on. Next, let's talk about pressure, which is measured in PSI. And this is a measurement that they use. And you want more pressure for the most part because it gets off more grime and grit, and especially when it comes to things like your grout lines. So the McCulloch has a 58 PSI pressure and the Neat has 50. So in this case, McCulloch actually has a little bit more. Now, the other question that I always ask when it comes to a steam cleaner is, does it have continuous steam? That is, do I have to hold down the trigger the whole time for the steam to come out? Or can I lock it in place and just be able to use my hand more freely? Well, good news is both of these have continuous steam and they lock into place. So this one, I'm gonna turn it on. So look, Dupray Neat. Whoa, okay. That's how it locks into place right here once you click this down. And you click it to release. Now you could see from that quick demo that both of them are going to shoot out water when you first start. Be very careful with that because you can hurt small children, animals, and yourself. That's why I don't like to steam clean in bare feet or with sandals on because I've burned myself. And you should aim this so that you can put it in a sink or a place that can get wet while the steam builds up. Once you get going, you won't have that problem as much. Thankfully, both steam cleaners win and both have continuous steam, which is a must-have in my book. Weight. So the McCulloch weighs 13 pounds. This is without any water in it because water is heavy too. The Neat weighs in at 9 pounds. So this one is 4 pounds lighter. Overall though, I found the quality of accessories to be higher on the Dupray Neat. But there's one thing that I loved about the McCulloch that the Neat didn't have, and that's the 2 round brushes that have a pad on them. I love those for cleaning cabinets and a stainless steel fridge where I didn't want to scratch anything, but I needed more than just the shot of steam. Cord and hose length. This is so you can cover large areas without having to unplug and plug back in the steam cleaner. Also, if you need to use it out in the garage or patio, you don't have to stretch this far if there's not plugs nearby. The Dupray Neat has 6 inches on their hose and a 16-foot cord. And the McCulloch is 4 feet longer on the hose with an 18-foot cord. So McCulloch comes out ahead on both of these. Cost. The cost of the McCulloch steam cleaner is about $170 and the Dupray Neat is $189. So it's very close, but let's look at the warranty because that's where there's a big difference. The warranty on the McCulloch is 2 years for the entire machine, and on the Neat, it's 2 years on the actual outside, but the big difference is it has a lifetime warranty on the boiler inside. That's a big deal, so I consider it worth the extra $20 for that alone. I actually had my boiler go out on my Dupray Tosca and they replaced it. So I believe them when they say it's a lifetime warranty on their boilers. And I think that's for every single Dupray brand steam cleaner. Which one would you buy after watching this video? Click like if it's the Neat and leave a comment if it's a McCulloch. Ultimately, it's up to you and what's most important. And now for my opinion. I would say that for sheer temperature of the steam and the warranty being so much better with the Neat, plus the higher quality on the accessories, I'd pick this as my #1 choice. I wish I could just add the mop head. However, the McCulloch has slightly higher pressure and some accessories that I prefer over the Neat. The power cord and hoses are longer too, and it's easier to fill, and I like how it has the cord on top and the place that holds the nozzle. The handle is a little bit better too. But I love the look of the Neat, and the warranty is that one thing that I said that pushes me over. So I picked the Dupray Neat, but I would happily clean with the McCulloch too. Make sure you use our links if you decide to buy either one, because by doing so, you're helping support our small business. In the next video, I'll link to a Steam Clean With Me video featuring cleaning a kitchen and bathroom with the McCulloch steam cleaner so you can see it in action. I'll also put a link to my Dupray Tosca video review too. It's quite a bit more expensive than either one of these, but it is a powerhouse. And so if you want to check that out. So thanks guys for watching and sharing this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you in the next video.